What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So at the age of 94, the people of South Africa are praying for Mandela to live longer. I'm talking about the whole country praying. In fact, people that are not from Africa, all over the world, they are hoping for a miracle for Madiba, wishing that he would live longer. Now, imagine if this happened to one of our current leaders, Yeah. Now, let's say that they rushed them to the hospital. You think that people will be praying for them that they should get well? In fact, I know some Nigerians that are praying that Nigerian politicians should die in road accidents because they embezzled the money that they were supposed to use to fix the roads. Sometimes I've had people praying that politicians should die of the same ailments and diseases that our hospitals are not equipped to treat. I'm telling you, people are wicked. Just like when the first lady, Madam Patience, was sick, suddenly Nigerians were shouting, "Hey, this thing is happening again, yo!" Each time a presidential couple enters Aso Rock, only one of them comes out alive. I said, Tofiakwa, God forbid. Why do you people think like that now? And that is what I tell them. Now, do you guys know why Mandela is a legend, even though he's been very, very sick? See, apart from the fact that he fought for freedom and equality in South Africa, spending 27 years in prison, this man introduced free health care for all children under the age of 6, as well as for pregnant women and breastfeeding women. He set up child maintenance grants so that parents can get certain amount of money from the government every month for each child, so that the burden would not be too much for the parents. He increased pension for the old people. He introduced better housing for the poor and less privileged. He ensured equal education opportunities, just to mention a few, okay? And he did all that in one term. I'm not saying that he fixed all of South Africa's problems, but at least this man served his people. So why is it that we Africans like to excuse our leaders of today, especially when we know that they are stealing our resources, even when they are not doing what they should be doing? And recently, people have been writing me, yes, they are saying that I'm not saying good things about Nigerian president. And I asked them, I said, hey, what good things are there for me to talk about now? You want me to make up stories? These people allege that I get paid by opposition party. They say I get paid by Buhari. I just laugh. No. I do not get paid by any politician. I'm doing this because I'm passionate about a better Nigeria and a better Africa as a whole. I'm doing this because I know that Nigeria can be better. I've seen countries with less resources doing better than Nigeria. We have the brain, my people. We have the brain. We have the expertise. Nigerians are very brilliant. I'm sure you know that now. We're very, very smart. And we have the manpower as well as the wealth to make us a better country. With due respect, Mr. President, my people, it's been 3 years that this man has been our president, okay? Forget about providing free medical care for children, like Mandela did. At least take care of basic things in Nigeria, just the basic things. If it is just the roads, and focus on that and fix our roads. If it is electricity, make it constant all over the country, not just in some places. If it is water, let there be plenty to drink now, because Nigeria has enough lakes, we have enough streams, creeks, rivers, and even rainy season, to give us boku water. Somehow it was not difficult for him to remove subsidy. Remember, in fact, he did it with ease despite all our protests. But when it comes to fixing electricity, they always have a story. He didn't build us one good hospital of world standards, so each time Madam gets headache, they always have to fly her to Germany. She decided she wants 4 billion naira to build some First Lady Center. Do you know how many hospitals that would build in Nigeria? Am I making this up? I'm so glad that they didn't let her go ahead with that project. The minimum wage in Nigeria is 18,000 naira per month. 18,000, and we are an oil producing country. How do you live on 18,000 naira? Meanwhile, Mr. President's food budget was 1 billion naira. Thousands of people die every year on our roads because our roads are not fixed. But he has 10, not 1, not 2, not 3. I'm talking about 10 different private jets, my people, and several helicopters to take him wherever he wants to go to. 75% of those who graduated from school last year are still unemployed or underemployed. Some of them driving Okada, doing bus conductor, and selling recharge card by the street. Meanwhile, a man gave Beyonce $1 million for one night performance when he was the governor of Bayelsa. I mean, I'm not upset that they paid Beyonce for her service. I'm just upset that the money that was given to her was designated for poverty alleviation in Bayelsa State. And as a result of unemployment in Nigeria, many of our young people today are now internet scammers. Yes, you know, Yahoo, hey, Yahoo, oh, they are doing Yahoo business. Yes, some of them are now kidnappers. They know that if they kidnap important people, that they will get money. Yes, like, I can't tell you how much they got for that woman. Abiman picking no go chop. I'm not saying what they are doing is good though. This is just the reality. Many are now armed robbers on the street and they came from good homes. And some of them are now thugs for politicians, you know. Meanwhile, many of them have been arrested, sent to prison without trial. Whereas Mr. President pardoned a thief. Ex-governor of Bayelsa State, Alamesia, who stole more than $200 million. Every year, your man pays a Niger Delta militant over $40 million. Taxpayers' money, yes, your money. Yet, most government-owned schools, from primary school to secondary schools to universities, most of them that are owned by the government, now look like shadows of what they used to be. And this man has a PhD. So you would think that somebody like him would fight for better education facilities in Nigeria. Now this man has borrowed more money than any president before him. I'm talking about borrowing billions of dollars at a time. Billions from China, billions from this, from that. But where is all the money going to now? Now the Ribadu committee investigated corruption at NNPC and they reported that millions of dollars are stolen every year. Till today, Mr. President is yet to do anything about that report. All these things I just listed, did I make them up? And the truth is, if Mr. President really wants to transform Nigeria, he could. Forget about Nelson Mandela. President Lula of Brazil transformed Brazil. He was re-elected because he did so well the first time. Today, Brazil has one of the most rapidly developing economy in the whole world. President Hugo Chavez also transformed Venezuela. Today, Venezuela is one of the wealthiest countries in South America. Now, we used to have a lot of Ghanaians in Nigeria. I mean, no be so. But after President Rawlings got in power and transformed Ghana, do you know that Nigerians are now the ones going to Ghana to study, going to Ghana to set up their business so they can have constant electricity? Shebi, Kenya just elected a new president, Uhuru Kenyatta, and within weeks, this man has increased the minimum wage of his people. He decreased the salary of the members of parliament. So tell me, why should we continue the same cycle in Nigeria? It's been 50 years. Wake up, Nigerians. In case you still don't know where I'm coming from, take a look at what happens in other countries that produce oil, you know, just like we do in Nigeria. In fact, some of these countries don't produce as much oil as we do. So I know that a lot of Africans cannot wait to leave their countries, and trust me, it's a great experience to see how life is elsewhere. Even if it's briefly, it's always good. So yeah, get out, try to see the world. But my people, don't be too desperate to live where you are, especially if you're comfortable. You get what I'm saying? I mean, if you have a job, a decent job, and you have your own house, you have your own car, or if somebody is calling you my oga at the top, at least try to visit the place first so that you can be better prepared even if you move. Don't be like this 48-year-old man, 48 from Algeria, who was so desperate to get into Spain that he risked his life by clinging onto the back of a ferry just inches from the deadly propellers, my people, right next to the churning blades of the ferry. For more than 2 hours, this man was hanging onto that thing all the way from Morocco to Spain. Just imagine. His plan was to jump off before getting to the shore, in which case the blades of the propellers would have killed him. Can't you see that? Yeah, this thing would have killed him. So he wanted to swim to land and jump over a 10-foot fence in order to enter Spain. But he was busted by the Spanish police. They already knew about his plan and they were waiting for him by the shore. Now, as soon as he got off, they handcuffed him. Take a look at where he stayed for 2 hours. You see what I'm talking about. And this guy is 48 to almost 50. Abba. Why are you still troubling yourself now? I mean, I feel bad for him, especially because after all that he did, they still arrested him. But a 48-year-old man, all I'm saying, my people, is that the grass is only greener on the other side until you get there. If only you know what some people are doing in this America just to survive. Some of you will never believe it. I say it all the time that we have to do daytime, nighttime, part-time, full-time, and overtime just to pay bills. So it's not that easy. But of course, that doesn't apply to everybody. Some people have already become very successful abroad, but they also have stories to tell. And at some point, we Africans over here, we've all been asked stupid questions, you know, like, do you sleep on trees? You know, do people wear clothes in your village? Because, you know, of course, some people think that we're all from the jungle, right? Are there lions roaming about in your village? Oh my God, you speak good English and you say that you're from Africa? And I'll be like, hello, I went to school. And English is the official language in school. And of course, we've been called illegal aliens, resident aliens, everything aliens. Even when you get the green card, you are still referred to as an alien, a resident alien, whatever. It's still alien. I mean, who wants to be called alien? You know, when we are from the richest continent, if not that our countries are yet to take care of basic amenities. Although a lot of Africans are now moving back home, which is great. And me too, you know, I go, I come back, I go home, I come back, you know how it is. What? You want to know the next time I'm coming to Nigeria? Seriously, forget it. I'm not gonna tell you. In fact, when I come to Nigeria, I can walk past you like this, you wouldn't even know that it's me. Bang boy, no. But when will people in other countries also start lining up in front of African embassies, just to get visa to go to African countries, pushing themselves, you know, fighting, trying to get Nigerian visa, like we do in front of American embassies, British embassies, Italian embassies, all these other embassies. And I look forward to when people will go to Africa for research that will be based on how advanced we are, not for anthropology or to visit gorilla and zebras and lions and hyenas like in the Serengeti. No matter how long we stay abroad though, you know, the truth is that a day will come that we would have to return home, which is why we're fighting to see a better Nigeria and a better Africa as a whole. By the way, I heard that a lot of Nigerians are now selling their properties and moving to Qatar, and only to end up roaming on the streets. In fact, I have an email from a viewer in Qatar, Fishomade, who said that, Adeola, please help us enlighten desperate Nigerians who want to travel abroad by all means. They should shine their eye well low so that they don't fall victims of scams. Presently, a lot of Nigerians are on the streets of Qatar without jobs. Many were deceived that once they get to Qatar, they will start making money. I met a guy who sold all his properties, his shop and land just to come to Qatar from Nigeria, but he was disappointed because he's not educated to do the jobs available. Qatar is mainly for professionals, people that have been educated, not people who are yet to go to school. So he was later apprehended by the police for roaming the streets and has been deported back to Nigeria. Help us to inform them more, I beg. Qatar is not like that. So my people, you see what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. So what is this Big Brother Africa thing all about now? I mean, I thought it was a survival show, but all the pictures I see on the internet these days, you know, there are pictures of like naked women or people doing, you know, even jump. I said, is this a brothel? I mean, a blue film, yes, the one that they now call pornography. Yes, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that it's an interesting show about 28 housemates from 14 different African countries trying to avoid being evicted from the house for 3 months, you know, so that they can win $300,000, which is a lot of money. Yeah, $300,000 is a lot of money. But I found out that money can make people do some crazy stuff. Sister Betty, yes, my beautiful 26-year-old Ethiopian sister. This lady is fine, you know, don't be small thing. She's fine. But is it true that you did it on camera? I mean, is it true that you were, you know, naked, and now your naked picture is all over the internet? My sister. I know that some Ethiopians were upset, you know, about what she did, and some other Ethiopians are like, leave her alone now. It's a free world. There's freedom of expression. And some Ethiopians don't even care at all about this whole Big Brother thing. But waiting be my own. You know, I don't mend into other people's business. I don't, you know, I don't want any yawa. But you know, sister to sister, I think that if you're representing yourself is different from when you're representing a whole nation. Seriously. If this is like a school competition where you're representing yourself, you know, you can do whatever you want, my dear. You can do whatever you want. But to get naked when you're representing 90 million people, when you are there in the name of Ethiopia, seriously, I mean, I don't think that getting naked is how you win this game. I know it makes you more popular on the show, the viewers get to know you, but I'm not sure if that is what actually makes you win the show. Plus, this lady is pretty. She doesn't need all that. And it's only 3 days into the show and you already took off your underwear. My sister. I'm not crucifying her. We are just, you know, having a conversation. You get what I'm saying? Because I know that all of you that are crucifying her right now, you all watch the video of where they did the thing on the internet. Me, I didn't watch it because, you know, I'm very innocent. And of course, I know I will get some emails, you know, from people telling me that I'm too conservative and that there's freedom of expression. I should let her be, you know. But what do I know? Even, you know, Sister Betty knows. I don't know anything. Anyway, there's actually a more important issue that I like to address, and that is the water fight between the second and third most populated African countries. I'm talking about Ethiopia and Egypt. For years now, Ethiopia has been building a massive dam, and of course they want to fill it with water from the Nile. Now, the trouble is that this same Nile is the main source of water for Egypt. So last week, some politicians in Cairo were shown on television suggesting military action over this. And President Morsi of Egypt himself has come out to say that Egypt won't give up a single drop of water from the Nile or any part of what arrives into Egypt in terms of quantity and quality. Meanwhile, Ethiopia has said that it will not harm Egypt, not even by a liter of water. So my people, there has been war threats by Egypt, and the way that this is going so far is not looking good at all. I mean, both countries have been in existence for thousands of years, so why fight now over water? I'm hoping that these two countries can come up with a reasonable negotiation instead of threatening each other. I'm just keeping it real. Do you guys remember Bash Ali, the indefatigable Nigerian boxer?
Bash Ali, Jones bit Ali, and a combination by Jones staggers Ali back to the corner, and a solid left hand. The fight has been stopped. Ali is victorious.
Well, this is what happened to him last week at the office of the sports minister. Hey, Niger. Hey, Niger. For how long would we treat our heroes like this, even if they are former heroes? Yes, I heard that this man is trying to fix a match or something. I mean, whatever it is, even if you don't agree with his proposals, this is not how to treat someone who once made us all so proud. I'm just saying, 3 police officers on 1 man, a 57-year-old man, and this is my advice for Mr. Bashali. If this fight thing doesn't happen, you don't have to kill yourself. Yes, my brother, you don't have to kill yourself. The other day, he was stuck in Libya trying to get Gaddafi to sponsor the fight. Nigeria had to evacuate him at that time. And now, look at this embarrassment. Oga, go and live and enjoy your grandchildren. And please beware of mad dogs. But what do I know? I'm just keeping it real. I'd like to leave you now with another graduation story, and this time of a female graduate. Yes, you know, in fact, I'm so excited that it's a female because this is the only person that I've featured that has a 4.0. You get what I'm saying? You know, I tell you, whatever a man can do, a woman can do better. So this 24-year-old beautiful lady from Nigeria, of Niger, wow, Samide Imafidon, just graduated from the University of Texas at Arlington with master's degree in microbiology. And she made a 4.0 GPA out of the maximum 4.0. I mean, isn't that amazing? And before she came to the US, she had graduated with a first class in crop science from the University of Benin in Benin City in Nigeria. She was the best graduating student in her department. So it's people like this that make us all so proud of that great country called Nigeria. Go girl, and you look so fly. I'm just keeping it real. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.